So anyways, got a new theory for you. And this theory is, I guess, is backed up with some of my own research. Some of you may have heard in the past where I talked about aquifers. Okay, aquifers are basically underground water. You know, think of it as like natural tanks of underground fresh water. Okay, and you know, these people love to tell us what they're doing, and I've been thinking about it because I did some research in the past, and I'm sure if you watch my videos, you've heard about it, where I've discussed behind these false flags we saw in many cases, like Sandy Hook, Parkland, San Bernardino, where there were underground aquifers where they had false flags. And then after that false flag, the government was coming in with Homeland and FEMA grants that were helping take control of those underground aquifers, handing them over to corporations like the New Suez Company, which has many subsidiaries throughout the United States that are water companies, okay? And yeah, does it make sense when you look at the whole thing where, like even 20 years ago, where T-Bone Pickens said, you know, water was the new oil, you know, or the new gold, or whatever it was that he said. You know, water, yeah. And we understand how, you know, obtaining that fresh water and controlling it so that the people don't have it, you know, is so important to the oligarchy, whatever you would like to call them. I don't even like using that word because it's just a stupid word. But the Illuminati, the New World Order, blah, 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 whatever you want to call them. So, yeah, water is important to them. But then I was looking at it, and you keep on seeing these videos, okay? You know, we've seen so many pyramid videos. Videos about, well, they're not tombs because there's no paintings in them, and they're used for electricity, this and that, and now they're getting into these whole theories about that there was an underground aquifer beneath the Great Pyramid, okay? The Nile River, you know, flooded on a regular basis, and the up and down flow of the water underground through the aquifer, and then allowing sunlight to hit it at certain points, created a current, and then somehow that current was used in the pyramid, okay? For what? We don't know. But, you know, this theory is that they have come up with and explained multiple times in many different videos. Well, I don't find it too far off base, because it is true that you know, I mean, a lot of people will find this, you know, if they're in a car and they're in a valley near a river, they lose their radio station. And why is that? Because the signal is jumping over and hitting the water and grounding itself out in the water, okay? So we understand water's a ground, water contains a current, and we can understand that, okay? So then I'm thinking, well, here's what I'm thinking is, right, well, they want to control these aquifers in certain areas. Now, do they understand something about aquifers and its transformation into energy? And somehow this energy is important to them, this aquifer type of energy. So is that why they want control over it? I don't know. But here's my theory is that they do. Is that it wasn't just, it is not just to control the water that people drink. That it's for some other nefarious reasons, and that's for them to have the energy that's produced underground through these aquifers, okay? So them controlling these aquifers would be important if, you know, if you think about it, all right? If these aquifers under the Great Pyramids are important to the pyramid, more important, the whole system is reliant upon that aquifer. Well, then aquifers are going to be very important if they understand what those pyramids actually do, or what this energy from those aquifers actually does. So I think there's more to just taking control of the water. And false flags are a great distraction for those areas, so people don't understand what's going on when they're doing something there. You know, if the conversation in an area is all about one thing, that has not, you know, doesn't seem to have to do with the other, nobody's going to pay attention to these people walking around assessing the land in the aquifers and then stealing them. Okay? And that's something very important, no matter which way you look at it. Whatever reason they're stealing the water, damn it, that's important. You know, we can't have water being stolen by government and then given to corporations. It's just not good, no matter which way you look at it. You know, the whole Flint thing, it is still astonishing to me that the conversation of the aquifer that's underneath Michigan is not brought up. It's constantly, okay, the water's horrible, but they don't talk about how the water right below the ground is clean as shit because it was left over by the retreating glaciers. And there's more water in Michigan than you could ever imagine. Clean, fresh water. So the fact that the conversation is about not cleaning up the water that's getting put through the river and into their system and all this and that is all bullshit, when what all the town needs to do is drill a big fucking hole in the ground, put a well in there, and supply the whole fucking city with clean water. It's not complicated. But that conversation doesn't take place because he got distracted by this other bullshit. And you know what? At this point, I wouldn't doubt that that water that's underneath Flint has already been sold to some corporation or is, you know, the property of some evil, nefarious corporation. And that's why they can't have that conversation. Because, in theory, giving Flint clean water is not complicated. But it has been going on for years that it's been complicated. And it's not. So, there's a problem there. You know, we need to find out who is taking control of these aquifers. And do they have any other nefarious purposes once they control them to do something other than just have that water to resell to the public after they poison it? You know, something that needs to be conversated about, at least. It's a theory. Who knows? But, you know, when it comes down to it, it really, I guess it doesn't matter why they want control of the water. Them having control of the water is just a bad idea, no matter which way you put it. And it needs to be stopped. So, you know, there's my theory. Okay, so there's a theory for the day. Anyways, have a lovely day.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Ow. Talk to him. I mean, sometimes you got people going against you and you just gotta go above and beyond all that. Let's go. Straight up the top, just so you know, ain't no stopping us. Yeah, I see you been watching us. You could try, but you better off. I ain't a spectate from the audience. Why you hating from the bleachers? Cheerleaders is loving us. Grab a pom-pom, baby. Last year we was last place, this year we in first. We was hungry for the title, now we quenching our thirst. You was on your best behavior, yeah, we on our worst. Killing the competition, rolling around in a hearse. Life is like chess, except it ain't a game. Some pawns remain pawns, some pawns become kings. Think before you move, think 3 steps ahead. Peep game, protect queen. Some rooks get took, some knights get swiped, some bishops get slain. I'ma tell you like my homie told me, life is like chess, except it ain't a game. So when you gotta want it, you know my team want it. You know my team want it. You ain't no stopping us. Nah, ain't no stopping us. Nah, ain't no stopping us. And when you gotta want it, you know my team want it. You know my team want it. You ain't no stopping us. Nah, ain't no stopping us. Nah, you know my team want it.